Hello everyone, this is Chaitanya and today it's 11:59 p.m. It's December 9th, 2013. So within 1 minute we are going to enter December 10th on my computer, and here we are just beginning the with the with one or two topics which I really wanted to write on this, but I'm just recording it so that I can write on it later in you know expanding all the other dimensions. So the first thing I want to say is life is enriching. Please understand. I was taking bath with hot water and then with cold water. So I was just testing what exactly happens. Now with hot water, with cold water you have that chill effect, that shocking, the current, that effect which you have with cold water. With warm water or with hot water you usually don't have that chilled effect whereby the entire body vibrates, shivers, that shivering effect, let's say. Now I was just wondering, I was just contemplating on it, why exactly in Hindu tradition, or actually in Vedic tradition, we are asked to take bath with cold water. And it just happened, it just clicked with me. Earlier I have practically observed this, that we energize water. Our bathing is actually we energizing water. So now understand, I just want to go one step further on this. How energizing water energizes us? This is what we need to understand now. Now we all know current, right? Current, electricity, or the moving current. You see, energy, when the current flows, it's only the flow which creates a current, right? Now if the energy is not flowing into the bulb, or is not going through the switch, the entire power just stops there, right? So now, instead of bulb, if you just remove the bulb, the current just stops till there, right? Only when you put finger in the plug, because you are connected to the earth, the current flows through you and you feel the jerk, right? That's what exactly happens. So now this is something similar to it. May not be exactly same, but please understand that the flow of prana, the life force, continuously flows through this body. All right, it continuously flows through this body. So whatever you do, the very life force is such, the presence of life happens only when you are you give, or you enrich, when the flow of energy happens. Very simply saying, energy flows, and when the flow of energy when the flow of life happens, life flows through you. So the moment we take bath with cold water, the cold water absorbs the heat from the body. Okay, that's the physical understanding. But what exactly it also does is, it takes in energy, we may call it prana. At a further level, you call it life force. Okay, so water becomes lively. That's what I want to say. Whenever you take bath, water becomes lively. Now, according to Dr. Masaru Emoto, he has very clearly mentioned in his message from water how exactly water stores the information of even a flower when immersed in it. Alright, he calls it information. Alright, all I'm saying is life exists as information when you try to look at it as information in water. So you give life. What happens is, because you are giving life, the life flows through you. Because you are enriching water with life, the life flows through you. Now with hot water, what is the normal expectation? With hot water we expect the heat to flow into us, right? So the basic expectation with the hot water is an inflow. Alright, now the point you need to understand is the capacity of cold water to take in life or to absorb life is higher than that of a hot water. Things which are natural, they have a natural tendency to absorb life, and thus trickle or initiate the flow of life current through you. And because the life current happens, it's the current where life happens. Please understand, the current of energy where life happens. So we are talking about life current, not just life anymore. So it's the life current which actually is experienced, whatever you call it as bliss, you call ananda, whatever you call it as, that happens due to current, due to flow of life. So basically life is enriching. It's enriching and enriching. So the moment you enrich, that's why when you take it's always advisable to take a bath with cold water for this reason. The body may shiver, but understand, you experience life there. It's more into psychology. People are made to understand that you are going to catch this and that fever or weakness, etc., etc. Now what happens is, the moment you catch this idea, because the life flows through you, and at that moment, if this idea exists in you that you are going to fall sick, this idea becomes lively, and that's why the sickness happens. So all I'm saying is the understanding which is that needs to be altered. Okay, the understanding needs to be altered. I still remember when it was when I were at Kumbh Mela, it were very cold in the morning, and the water of Ganga, my God, one of the coldest waters I have taken bath at. Please understand, I have taken bath even at Saraswati river in Badrinath. Now in Badrinath, Saraswati river actually flows. It's a glacier melting, and in the ice. I've taken 3 dips in Saraswati river, and that was like when I just wanted to sit in it for a long time. That's where actually body was feeling unconscious, right? But there was some that day, but the water was so cold there. Okay, the water was so cold. But I tell you, once I have taken bath in that water of Saraswati, I did not feel cold throughout the day, except in the night. Alright, when it was late night and I was moving without a sweater or even proper slippers on, it was still, I was able to. It was not cold. What I'm trying to say is this. So I was still. I were radiating that energy. So a point I want to say here is, when you experience the chillness, actually the chillness is not death. Okay, chillness is not death. Chillness is a symbolism. It's a symbol for life current flowing through you. Now, as you get older and older, body may not sustain that current. Okay, so the life current actually increases as you move spiritually higher, and that's why uh, the body needs certain preparation. The body needs to be in certain condition before you attain for you to attain samadhi, or for you to attain any higher spiritual experience. For any higher spiritual experience, you need a proper body. I'm just trying to explain what is the proper body. A body which holds still. Okay, which so the body is able to manage this life current, provided you are mentally stable. This is the next thing which you need to understand. It is the thoughts, because when the life current flows through you, the thoughts which you have, they also gain energy, they also gain life, they become lively. So it's essential that a healthy mind gets exposed to these thought currents, all right, to this life currents. I'm sorry, to the life current. The life flowing through you energizes the thoughts at that moment. This is a very important understanding we need to have. When I was taking bath with the hot water, I could see very clearly, because the water was hot in an environment like I'm here at Hyderabad. So when the water was hot, and my very expectation was to gain heat from the water. It was no more to enrich the water, but actually to to take something from the water. Now, what exactly happened during this time was the chilling effect. Anyhow, you lose it. The hand. I was observing my body, though the heat was absorbed. I mean, the body was absorbing heat, but the very activeness, you know, the very activeness of the body was lost. Now, how should I explain you this? The hand is warm. The hand is warm, but it's very slow. Now, contrary to this, I still remember when I go to the colder places. Usually, when we go to the colder places, the hand becomes cold, very cold, and you may when you but when the hand becomes very cold, even a small warm touch is like a pin pricking you. Even a small touch is like a pin pricking you. That means the skin has become more sensitive. And I'm just trying to remember this any event where due to coldness we have become slow. Because as far as I remember, even now we may feel the cold, and we may have the sweaters and everything on, but the energy levels are usually higher when the things are cold. The activity, what I mean to say is, the activity is still fast enough. And I have seen both the extremes. I have seen the area where at Tamil Nadu, where it was very hot, quite sultry, and we were supposed to we were taking, literally we were bathing in sweat, and just after you take bath and you come out, and within 15 minutes it again feels as if we look fresh every time. The sweat is so continuous that every time it feels as if we are coming from the bath. We are coming from a bath. So that was the situation. Even that I have seen. But what I personally have experienced is the activity is little faster. Okay, it's little faster in the colder areas. in the colder regions, it has been fast enough. I don't compare, but I would just say it was fast enough. And the moment we get into unnatural heated, let's say if it's very cold and we get into some hot environment, and then when we go out, it's usually at that point of time that the chill effect happens. All I want to say is the chilling effect is not a sign of death. Is not a sign of death. It's a sign of life. The idea that it's a sign of death actually gains life. That's all. I still remember I've been to I've been to the Youth Hostels Association of India at Shimla. It was not Shimla. It was you have Kulu Manali, right? The Kulu and Manali. That was I've gone for trekking, and I've seen there. It was very cold. It was pretty cold, and on the hill, I were just arguing with few college the people who are from students from IIT Kharagpur and the rest of the batch. I was just talking to them and telling them that we don't take in oxygen. That's what I was actually saying. I mean, we don't need oxygen. People were advising that as you go higher on altitudes, the oxygen level goes down and something else may happen. I just didn't believe. It was as simple as that, because I just said it's not my experience, and I strongly believe that we don't take in oxygen, we don't give out carbon dioxide. It has never been proved till now, right? We have had people, we have been taught from childhood that we breathe through nose. Actually we don't breathe through nose, we breathe through skin. And we don't take in air, we don't take in oxygen and we give out carbon dioxide. That has not been proved that has not been proved anywhere. We have been taught, and I have confirmed this from doctors itself. These things, they feel that they can't be proven. When such things can't be proven, they have been just taught to us. So there I just tested myself with with a very very thin shirt on, and I just walked on the ice till we reached the icy region, and I was still walking, and I actually have felt that there was that chilling effect, and because of that chilled effect, to keep the body warm, my speed and my ability, I was executing more power. The body was executing a greater speed and power just to cope up with the cold environment. The point I want to say here is, what I'm trying to explain here is, life flows through the body, and the more and more you enrich, the more and more this flow becomes more the life flows at a faster speed. Alright, now what is important is, while life is flowing at a faster speed, the thoughts or the memories which the body has, the biomemory which the body has, whatever thoughts you get, they just become your biomemory at that point of time. So they just become your biomemory, and that's why Shiva lives in cold always. I just wondered why, but then this is the reason. When you go to Kumbh Mela, it is that cold, you are in that cold region, and when you take bath in the river and the cold in that coldness, the karmas, whichever you're calling karmas, or we call the biomemory, you can get rid of it very easily. you just need, it's a proper environment that's being provided at these festivals. It's a high energetic environment, and in that high energetic environment, when it's cold, you take a bath, and you know it just the energy, or the life force, the best things which are there, they just become your biomemory. I still remember when we were at this. I was talking of Kulu Manali, going to the Kulu Manali, right? And there we had this. It was the Sarkundi Pass trekking, and when we reached there, at that time there was a festival. They celebrate a festival there, that on the hilltop, on the height, in the snow. All right, in the snow. They have a glacier melting. They call it Surya Kund. Okay, Kund is actually sort of a pond where water melts, and people come there to take bath, to take a dip in that well, I'm sorry, in that pond, in that water, the melted glacier, in that melted ice water. They come just to take a dip in that water. People from distant places. All right. Now, this is what I wondered then, but now I think I understand why people from distant places should just come in such a cold, icy area to take a dip in that river. I'm sorry, in that pond, which is nothing but a melted ice water pond. The reason they need to the point I'm trying to stress here is it's not just cold and hot water. I have been speaking, I just speak these examples because this is what commonly we experience. All right. Now, I mean, hot water or hot, for example, we have air conditioning, we have hot water, we have so many things like the hot AC, the air conditioning is one more very common example. I have never felt comfortable with air conditioning till now. I now understand why. But what exactly happens is, anything which is not natural do not have capacity to absorb and to absorb that life. Now this is contrary to what is being taught to us. We are taught that whatever takes whatever makes you feel cold, whatever takes your energy, you should be away from those things. But this is something which is contrary to what is being taught to us. What I'm saying here is, by very nature, we will be alive only when we are enriching everything around us with life or with whatever. The moment you enrich, the flow happens, the flow of life happens through you, and you are only alive in those moments when the flow of life is happening through you. Let me give you one more example. When we are sleeping, alright, and if you have a very powerful, in the dream, you have a dream, let's say, and in the dream you are there in the dream, alright. Always you will have a dream, and if you have a dream, you're always there in the dream. Now in the dream, if you have a very powerful vibration, a very powerful experience or jerk, you feel it even on your body, right? You feel it even on your body. So only in those moments you are sort of, you get an awareness that you are sleeping, and at the same time you are aware that you are in the dream, right? So basically, from a point that only the dream exists without even a thought of a dreamer in the dream, your character in the dream don't even have a thought that you are sleeping and this is a dream. From that point, from that level, with a very powerful vibration, you just realize that this is a dream and you are still alive in the dream. Your character is still alive in the dream, but just for a moment you realize that you're sleeping and it's a dream, right? So events like these, okay, so this is what I'm trying to say. When you experience life current, when the life current flows through you, these are the moments which increase your awareness, which take you deeper, which make you realize who the source of this dream which you are living right now is, right? So all I want to say is life is enriching. The life happens in those moments of enriching, and that is why we need to keep the body. It's a yogic body which should be able to take up and just get adjusted to for that life current, to bear that life current, and then a Vedic mind, so that minding. Now please understand, we are talking about Vedic mind, alright? I'm not talking about Vedic intelligence. Vedic minding, that means a higher minding. I'm talking of minding. Now if you have a proper minding, this minding is going to become your biomemory the moment life is happening, alright? The moment life is happening. So if you have all the strong thoughts, alright, some very powerful thoughts, they may be weird, but they might be powerful. Now that those situations, in those situations when you have those powerful thoughts, when the life flow happens through you, those thoughts just gain energy. You see, when we see the terrorists, or now terrorists are not my personal experience, I would not go to them, but I've seen few few people, few activists, okay, usually the political or some religious activists, or some of these local goons, they have been in that environment, that tough environment, that where they experience the death, okay, they experience the end of life, or they those moments, they actually experience an event. What exactly happens is they are actually experiencing an event where the life current is very fast from their body. The life current is very high. It's a very high speed life flow that happens through them, and at that point of time, whatever idea is put into them, it becomes their biomemory, and they just live with that idea, alright? So your life is enriching. Just have this idea with you. It's not just an idea, it's an experience. Whether you want it or not, you are going to enrich. Whom are you going to enrich? And if you do not enrich, okay, if you do not enrich anything, it can be your own body, it can be water, it can be a door, or it can be anything. If you don't by very nature you are enriching. All you got to do is you got to be intense while enriching it. And how can you be intense? You can be intense just by knowing, by being aware of it. Not by knowing alone, but by being aware of it. That's why when the awareness is focused, the energy flow increases. Alright? The flow increases because when you are aware of the energy flow, or when you are aware of the life flow happening through you to other bodies, you just fill it completely. You complete it. Alright? When you are not aware of it, many a times it is not an expression out of completion. Okay? Because you don't know, it's not an expression out of completion, so it's not always powerful. But when you focus, or when you are aware, and then when you when you witness, and when you are aware, and at that time if the life is flowing to something else, you are actually you are taking it to the completion. You are doing it out of power. You are doing, that very action happens as a symbol of power. It's a power expression, a powerful expression. And that is something which really makes a bigger effect, because you experience life at those moments. So all I'm trying to put here is, life flows as a current. Only when the life flows, we are lively. Okay? Anything is lively only when the life flows through it, and if it is able to enrich something else. So the bottom line is, whether you want it or not, you are going to enrich. Because you are alive, you are going to enrich. All you need to do is enrich with completion. Because when you enrich with completion, you experience the power. Okay? You experience the power. The only difference between people, because everyone lives, but the experience of the power, a powerful life, okay, an experience of a powerful life happens only when you are enriching, with awareness. And at that moment, if you are able to keep the thoughts, if you are able to have the thoughts which you want, you can just accomplish whatever you want. See, even if you want to accomplish something, it is done through enriching in a complete way, enriching out of completion. That's what you need to understand. When we do yoga, what exactly we are doing is, we bend the body in a different way, but what exactly is happening there? Now whatever voice, whatever thoughts you have at that moment, they just become your biomemory. So even while doing yoga, you are radiating energy, you are enriching. Alright? You are enriching. At that point of time, you are just enriching the body. If you understand this, that the body is being bent, like, it's not you bending, it's your body which is bending, and that happens very naturally while doing yoga. Very clearly, you say clearly, the hand is not bending, the leg is not bending, the back is not bending. Now you are going to talk specifically. You will be talking then specifically. So you take yourself different from the body the moment you start doing even hatha yoga, the very basics of yoga. So when that happens, that becomes your biomemory, the idea that you are different and the body is different. You have a body, you are not the body. And this happens very naturally. So this is the whole thing which I just want to present. Life is enriching. Alright? And that's the reason whatever you give to others with completion, when you give it out of completion, you just experience the life, the current flowing through you. The more and more similar things come to you. So even if you are donating, donate out of completion, out of power to donate. Alright? You will experience more and more of whatever you have given, that comes in larger numbers. So whatever you associate, whatever thoughts, whatever thoughts you have, remember this: you don't have a life, you are life. You don't have a life, you are life. And so by very nature, whether you want it or not, enriching is your basic quality. Observe it and experience the power of life. Not just the power in life, but the power of life in a moment of lifetime. Thank you so much.